Sairam students, and welcome back. We will continue with our lesson from the Moments, that is chapter 7, The Last Leaf, written by O. Henry. Before we continue, let's do a quick recap of what we have learned in our last class. Sue and Johnsy are two friends who shared a small flat. They are artists and made paintings for a living. So we learnt about them. They lived in the same flat. They were very good friends and they both were artists and they made paintings to earn a living. Johnsy fell seriously ill due to pneumonia. We saw that she fell ill due to pneumonia. She was diagnosed with pneumonia. Sue calls for the doctor. The doctor informs that it is difficult for her to get well as she has made up her mind that she would not get well. So when Sue calls for the doctor, he informs them that she will not be able to get well unless she has a will to get well soon. Even medicines would not help her if she doesn't have a positive approach. Sue tries her best to make Johnsy interested in things such as clothes and fashion. So to distract her attention, she talks about clothes, fashion, but however, Johnsy is not interested in all this. She does not respond. Sue whistles while she works to distract her attention from her illness. So when she is painting, when Sue was painting, she tries to whistle some tunes to distract Johnsy from her illness, but Johnsy does not respond. She keeps looking and gazing out of the window, looking at the creeper. Johnsy does not respond and continues to feel low. She feels low, she feels dejected, she feels it's the end of her life. She informs that she would die once the last leaf from the creeper falls off. She is gazing out of the window. As it was autumn season, the leaves were falling off from the trees and creepers. She was watching a creeper for the past 3 days and she feels that all the leaves have fallen off, and once the last leaf from the creeper falls off, she would die. Sue calls for Bearman, who lived on the ground floor. Now let's see what happens next. What does Sue do? So we'll continue with the lesson, students. He was a 60-year-old painter. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but that had remained a dream. Sue poured out her worries to Bearman. So Bearman was a 60-year-old painter. He lived on the ground floor. His dream was to paint a masterpiece, but however, that was not getting fulfilled. It remained a dream. So now Sue came down and spoke everything, whatever worries she had about Johnsy, she poured out everything to Bearman. Means she shared everything to Bearman. She told him how Johnsy was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell. So she also informed him that Johnsy was so low that she was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell off. Is she stupid? Asked Bearman. How can she be so foolish? So Bearman asked why she was behaving in such a foolish manner. What was actually wrong with her? She also asked whether she was really stupid to think that way. She is running a high temperature, complained Sue. She refuses to eat or drink and that worries me a lot. She is having high temperature because she was detected with pneumonia. Also, she refused to eat anything or drink anything. This was worrying Sue a lot. So, all this she's sharing with Behrman. I will come with you and see Johnsy, Behrman said. So, here now Behrman agreed to go and meet Johnsy and try to speak to her. They tiptoed into the room. Johnsy was sleeping. Sue drew the curtains together and they went to the next room. She peeped out through the window. So they slowly tiptoed into the room, very slowly, softly. Johnsy was sleeping. So Sue drew the curtains together and they both went to the next room. And they peeped out to the through the window. There was only one leaf left on the creeper. It was raining heavily and an icy cold wind was blowing. It seemed as though the leaf would fall any minute now. So when they both peeped out of the window, they saw that there was only one leaf left on the creeper. And because it was raining really heavily, and there were icy cold winds blowing continuously, it seemed that that leaf would fall off any minute. However, Johnsy was sleeping peacefully. Behrman did not say a word. He went back to his room. So without speaking anything, he just went back to his room. Johnsy woke up next morning. In a feeble voice, she asked Sue to draw the curtains. So she slept well at night. In the morning, she woke up. She asked Sue to draw the curtains, open the curtains. She wanted to look out of the window. Sue was nervous. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly. Now, Sue was not sure what had happened to that leaf. She was really nervous. However, she drew back the curtains very hesitantly. "Oh!" Sue exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. So she looked at that creeper and gave a surprised exclamation, surprised expression. "Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. It looks quite green and healthy. In spite of the storm and the fierce winds, it didn't fall." So Sue told Johnsy that there was that one leaf still on the creeper. It was still there. It looked quite green and healthy. It was really green. And in spite of that storm and heavy rain and cold storms and fierce winds, it did not fall. It is still there on that particular creeper. "I heard the wind last night," said Johnsy. "I thought it would have fallen. It will surely fall today, then I'll die." So Johnsy now told Sue that she had heard the wind last night. It was really fierce. And she was sure that the leaf would fall off from that particular creeper. It will surely fall today and she will surely die. So this is what Johnsy informed Sue about the leaf and how she would die when the leaf falls off. "You won't die," said Sue energetically. "You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die?" So Sue now was very confident. She said that you would not die. She told Johnsy that she would not die and she had to live for her friends. And if she dies, what would happen to her? Sue told her that she would not be able to live alone without her if she dies. Johnsy smiled weakly and closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. So Jhansi gave a very weak smile and she closed her eyes, saying that maybe I would die today because the leaf may fall off any time. But however, every hour she would look out of the window but was finding the leaf still there. It was as if the leaf was clinging to the creeper and not falling off. It was clinging tightly to that creeper. So she would look out of the window every hour to find out what the situation, what the position of the leaf was. In the evening, there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. Jhansi lay for a long time looking at the leaf. Then she called out to Sue. So again that evening there was another storm, a huge, fierce storm, but this leaf did not fall off. Jhansi was looking out, looking at the leaf for a long time, but then she saw that even the storm did not affect that leaf. That leaf was not falling off. So she called out to Sue. I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovingly, and I have not cooperated with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. The last leaf has shown me how wicked I have been. She was very sorry. She was very sorry for behaving in the way she did. She told Sue that she had been a very bad girl, and also told that Sue had taken care of her and cooperated with her very lovingly, but she had not taken up that she had not cooperated with Sue at all. She also told her that she had been depressed and gloomy, was feeling really low, unhappy, unsatisfied with life. She felt everything had ended. So she had been a very bad girl. She also told Sue that this last leaf has shown her that how wicked she had been. Wicked in the sense that she had not shown any interest in or responded. She had not responded to Sue in any way, though Sue had very lovingly taken care of her all through her illness. I have realized that it is a sin to want to die. So now she also told that it is a sin to feel like dying. You have got such a beautiful life. We need to live that particular life given to us. So she realized that it is a sin to want to die. Sue hugged Jhansi. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Jhansi combed her hair and smiled brightly. So they hugged each other, and Jhansi drank the hot soup given to her by Sue. She combed her hair well. She became really good and smiled brightly. She gave a big smile. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining his patient, he told Sue, Jhansi, now how the will to live? I am confident she'll recover soon. Now I must go downstairs and see Behrman. So in the afternoon, the doctor came to examine Jhansi, and asked her, now do you have the will to live? And was very confident that she would recover really soon because she had the will to live. And he informed that now he had to go downstairs and see Behrman, to visit Behrman. He is also suffering from pneumonia, but I am afraid there is no hope for him. So the doctor informed them that even the Behrman was suffering from pneumonia, but because of his age there was no hope. that he would survive or he would be able to take in this much of illness. The next morning, Sue came and sat on Johnson's bed. Taking Johnson's hand in hers, she said, "I have something to tell you. Mr. Behrman died of pneumonia this morning. He was ill for only 2 days." So here Sue informed Johnsy that Behrman died that particular morning, and he was ill only for 2 days. The first day, the janitor found him on his bed. Who is a janitor? Is a guard or one who takes care of the property. So the first day, this janitor found him on his bed. His clothes and shoes were wet and he was shivering. He had been out in that stormy night. So he also informed that he had seen him out on that stormy night. All his shoes and clothes were wet and he was really shivering because of the cold. But he had gone out that particular stormy night. Then they found a ladder and a lantern still lighted lying near his bed. So near his bed there was one ladder and a lantern that was still lighted. What did he do with this? There were also some brushes and green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder. "Johnsy dear," said Sue, "look out of the window. Look at that ivy leaf." So they found even brushes and paints, yellow and green color paints, all lying on the floor near the ladder. So now Sue told Johnsy, "Just look out of the window and see that ivy leaf again. Haven't you wondered why it doesn't flutter when the wind blows? That's Behrman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf fell." So what does this indicate? That on that particular night when the last leaf fell off, it was Behrman who went out in that cold stormy wind, that when there was heavy rainfall, he went there, climbed the ladder, took a lantern in his hand and painted that leaf. It was a masterpiece. So this was Behrman's masterpiece, meaning that he had dreamt of painting a masterpiece, and this was one. So he painted it the night the last leaf fell. So just to create or imbibe the will to live in the mind of Johnsy, Behrman sacrificed his own life. He went out in that cold and painted this leaf. So seeing this last leaf still there, still clinging to that creeper, Johnsy had got well. She had come out of her illness and wanted to live. So students, you can see how he sacrificed his own life for the betterment of another person. Okay, so we understand from this lesson that friendship, sacrifice, selflessness, all this is needed to be. These are the main values that we learn from this lesson. Also, how Behrman created a positive attitude in the mind of Johnsy. Students, I hope you've understood the lesson. Go through the lesson again and understand it better. Now let's see what message we get from this story. This story teaches us that we should have a positive attitude in life. So we should always be positive, have a very positive approach in life. We come across many hindrances in life, but we keep our spirits high and overcome them. So lot of obstacles, lot of problems may come up in our life, but we need to face them bravely, have a positive approach and overcome them in high spirits. It also explains the value of true friendship at the time of crisis. Like we saw, Sue did not leave her friend Johnsy at all. When she was really depressed and unhappy, it was Sue who always was by her side, supported her. So true friendship should be valued. It emphasizes on the spirit of sacrifice that we must have in our lives. So again, through Behrman, it is understood that how he sacrificed his own life for the betterment of someone else. So this spirit of sacrifice we must have in our lives. And finally, how our positive thinking and attitude affects the lives of others too. So if we have a positive approach, if we are able to convince and persuade others, the others also develop that particular attitude. So there are positive vibrations that get passed on from one person to another. So we need to have a very positive approach and positive attitude that can affect the lives of other people also, who will be benefited by this. So students, this is the message that we get. Now you can just go through these value points of this lesson. You can make a note of them. What exactly is the story about, like who are the people, the characters of the story, how it started, how Johnsy was detected with pneumonia, what did the doctors tell, what kind of thoughts she had in her mind, like she used to look out of the window just counting the leaves being falling off from the creeper. What was her view that when the last leaf falls off she would die? So a lot of negativity in her. How Sue, her best friend, tries to change her mind. What are the efforts she puts in to keep her engaged and create a positive attitude in her. How Behrman, the painter, improves the condition of Johnsy and takes her out from all her negative assumptions. And when the last leaf fell, what happened? How Behrman painted his masterpiece, the leaf, which was exactly similar to the leaf that had fallen off. What they notice. Then how she starts getting well, and finally Behrman succumbs to his disease. He was also detected with pneumonia. Finally he dies, and this was a masterpiece. The painting was his masterpiece. So students, I hope you've understood the lesson well. Now you will get a link where you have to answer the questions provided and submit the same on that particular link. Thank you.